welcome back Lords Mobile fans, thank you very much for tuning in, and today we are going to be kicking things off with a very straightforward baby Griffin pool. Not much resource to be had here, but still this guy is risking leaderless marches of T4 infantry, so I've hit the record button. I'm going to hit that homeward bind now, getting ready to random relocate. I'm not going to worry about the leader or switching gear, anything like that, it's not necessary. When he's just sending infantry, he's going to smash into my front line and do absolutely nothing. So I'm going to port back in, not bother with the anti-scout, chuck out a sticker, and dropped him down to 592 million might. A good way to start the weekend. Pretty savage way to start the Saturday for that guy, but unshouting the leader, healing back up the 11k T4 that he wounded, and now diving into these reports. 200k reds on the first, second and third, all T4 infantry, picking up 187k reds in the fourth also, a further 80k in the fifth, and adding all of those deads up together, it really is quite impressive, managing to lose 867k reds in just 5 marches of T4, and that dropping him down to 592 million might. And moving on from one LMJ player to the next, Flinty coming in with a rally set on a 376 might castle in Monster Hunt gear, looking very offline, and he's even got no anti-scout, and despite the rains from his guild, he has not got a rally trap troop comp. So if he takes this rally, this is seriously going to hurt, as we are hoping to see the fire burn. And of course it does, and that should be absolutely massive. I don't know why he's gone offline in Monster Hunt gear if you've got a troop comp like this, and I'm excited to show you. So a 78 million might drop, 3.5 million reds, leaving only 138k behind. And look at that, all of that T4 wasted. It's pretty brutal smack, and a lovely 0 from Flinty. And a brilliant job from SizeMatters as per usual, as the solos go in to snatch up that leader. And moving on, I decided to blow the cobwebs off the big Griffin, and what better way to do so than unleashing it at my local Baron. So I've got some T4 troopers coming at me here, one player in particular sending 375k marches. So now we are going to be hitting that homeward bind, getting ready to unshelter the leader. I've already switched into gear on this one, so out comes the leader. Little misclick along the way into the bags, hitting that random relocator, sucking in all of those armies, and one leader that unfortunately got rescued by the Helldrider. Not to worry, porting back in for an extra army if anybody wants to send one. Another army of T2 just caught there from RA, and RA were the ones that lost the most T4, so big shout out to them. Not only managing to get Griffin trapped by the big Griffin, they also went on to win Baron, which is awesome. Congratulations, and thank you very much for Vata for the 375k marches, managing to lose over 1 million T4 reds in just 3 marches alone, so it's lucky he didn't send more than that. And it was lovely to get the big Griffin back in the spotlight. It always feels absolutely ridiculous when I've got people sending T4 at me, when I've got over 1.1, almost 1.2 billion kills that have pretty much purely come from Griffin trapping. So it is absolutely crazy that this is still happening, and clearly it is. This guy actually getting capped. Luckily his level 6 Helldrider bailing him out. And moving on, just having a look at some of the in-detailed RA reports. They did go on to win Baron, but they did lose some troopers to the big Griffin in the process, and just really proving that those are T4 marches, and that 50% army size boost really is your worst enemy when it comes to farming a Griffin. Yeah, you get so much more resource, but you lose so much more troopers when they pull those troops home, and it does turn out to be a Griffin. And I scouted this guy because I had an extra army on the Griffin. I managed to hide in 5 armies, and when I did scout him, I was very impressed. What a tank he is, over 11 million of each T5. He also has over 11 million of each T4 and a ridiculous amount of T2, as well as 17 million T1 ballistas. So a big shout out to RA for winning Baron, as well as bumping into the big Griffin. And moving on, hopefully we will have a Garrison trap on a player from DFB. He is a billion might, he's sending his leader and 5 or 6 marches of infantry, trying to farm the little bit of gold I've got out on that castle as soon as possible. So I'm watching for him to send on the other device, just watching those marches coming in, deciding how long I want to give myself to speed it in. So any second now, I'm going to be hitting that cav garrison, speeding it in, and then random relocating away, hopefully nice and quickly, so that I can cap him and get all of the marches of T4 as well. And here we go with that cav garrison released, hitting those 50% boost, getting there before that first army hits. Every second counts, random relocating away, and that means I've got this guy capped, dropping him down to hopefully under 1 bill might as well there. Yep, just 995, and I really don't think he was expecting that one. I let him walk back once, take that little bit of resource, make him all the more comfortable, and he sends again and ends up losing his leader and 4 marches of T4. So it's just a nice little garrison to slide in between this footage, and really proving once again that even the bigger players fall for these ridiculously obvious traps. But moving on, we've got Flinty and SizeMatters stepping up with another rally against JST, 481 million might in Monster Hunt gear, and he's not running an anti-scout, so I'm going to be showing you exactly what we are getting ourselves in for. And we have 900k of each T4, 700k T2 Gladiators, and 700k T2 Cav. So certainly a bit too big for a solo, but hopefully after this rally it will leave us in a situation where we can solo it. But at this point we are just hoping, praying that he doesn't come online and shield, because there's no chance that if he is online that he is actually up for taking this, because no way is this going to be positive for him if this rally hits. And here we go, 10 seconds now. That extremely slow infantry march makes it all the more tense. Still in Monster Hunt gear and looking absolutely doomed as this Flinty march hits. The fire burns, a 2 million reds hit, and I jump into the full report thinking about the solo, trying to be quick here and completely wiping out that range front line. We now want to be using cav because the infantry has stepped forward in place of that range. So I'm going to be chucking out my cav. I'm going to hit a 70% boost as well, hoping to do some more damage, and I have quite a few. So I did go ahead and whack that on as I went marching in. Flinty and Blaze coming in with the solos also. And now speeding my troops in, really hoping to hit some of that infantry before everyone else hits and wipes it out. Lots of solos coming in now, and we need to be as quick as possible. 1.2 million survived, 400k reds on my hit, so really not too bad of a hit. And as I look back, he came online and bubbled, so absolutely crazy timing with that one. 13.7 million might drop on Flinty's solo, and it's just crazy the timing of which he came online. He just missed it. If he had come online minutes earlier, he might have been able to pop that bubble before he got rallied. Nevertheless, it was too late, dropping him down to 390 million might, and of course I wish him all the best. And moving on, finally, just before we wrap things up, we are going to try and make this solo trap shield SizeMatters style. So earlier on in the day, he started with 20 million troops. Someone from SizeMatters found him, and they dropped him down quite nicely with these 2 hits. I didn't know this when I went in for these hits that you are about to see. But the second hit from First Antle here, only getting 120 siege walkback, but still causing a 7 million might drop. An awesome hit, and hopefully we can replicate that here and make this solo trap bubble. And here I'm getting ready to port just off screen as the countdown begins. From 3 we'll be sending our armies on go. All of us are going to be sending different, whatever we choose to send. So I'm going to be sending range as it is my buff is stat. And here we go, the go message has been sent, the range army has been released. I'm going to hit 2 50% once again, and then I'm going to switch into range, and hopefully the guys will be joining me. 1 gets capped, 2 gets capped, 3 gets capped, 4 gets capped, and then the rescue comes in from Drakey. Another one hits, and that is some hopefully a good might drop. 65 million might, down from 88 mil, so beautiful job. Was super fun, would definitely recommend to a friend. A 6 million might drop on that one, knocking him down 750k red, so beautiful hit from whoever that was. And another hit here, a 3.5 million might drop, still giving him 531k reds. And after taking all of those hits, dropping him down to 65.4 million might. And fair play to him, considering he's still got a green hero. I would say he took that pretty well. Thank you very much for watching. Please do like and subscribe, and no doubt I will see you soon.